Good morning, people. I found another recipe that I wanted to do out of my basically 50-year-old cookbook, Betty Crocker cookbook. And as you know, I add my own little touches to it. But all you need for this is a simple white, yellow, or Devil Foods cake mix, 1 egg, vanilla extract, 1 box of cream cheese, and this is 8 ounces. And I'm going to use some green food coloring because we got St. Patty's Day coming up. So I'm going to make some green cookies. Now this is a cream cheese cookies, and it's simple, easy, no fuss cookies. The only thing is, once you get a mix, you got to leave them sit for 30 minutes. You just chill them, cover them, and let them chill for about 30 minutes. You can set them in the refrigerator, covered, and you're good to go. So we're going to start out with softening our cream cheese. Now I've had it out of the refrigerator for a while, so it's already kind of warming up. Where? Oh, there it is. I had my knife behind me. The hardest thing I found is getting the cream cheese out of the package. That might have worked better if I'd have left it cold, just really cold before I tried to get it out. But I was thinking softening it, you know, so, but it'll work all right. And I've just got the cheap brand of cream cheese, Value Plus. It's just as good as the more expensive brand. Like I said, the hardest part of this is getting it out of the package. There we go. Don't need that anymore, and I can just close this all up and stuff it right back in the box. Get it out of the way. Now what I'm going to do is just put it in the microwave for a few seconds. I mean, I'm not cooking it. I'm just going to try to soften it up a little bit. I've already softened a 1/4 cup of butter. I just cut, 4 tablespoons of butter off of the stick of butter, and it makes 1/4 of a cup, and you got to have it melted. And I put it on the defrost setting so I don't get it too hot. You know me, I always forget to get something out. Forgot my plastic wrap to cover it with. Yeah, I'm wearing my apron today, the one I designed in my video. I like it. I think it's really cute. It's what you can do with a little bit of imagination with an old pair of blue jeans that normally you'd get rid of or throw away because you can't wear them. Well, I needed an apron, so I made me a cute little apron out of it. How do you like that? And I think I've got my camera too far down. Like I said, you don't need it in there long. I only need it in there for a minute. Now I'm going to put my warm butter right in there. I'm going to put 1 egg. I'm going to take my whisk here and just kind of beat that up together. I mean, you know, you got Easter coming up. You're probably going to fix Easter cookies, St. Patty Day cookies. And we need a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of drops of green food dye in there. Oh, that looking's pretty. I mean, you can make green cookies for Easter or St. Patty's Day. And as you know, the food coloring does not change the flavor of your cookies. Just changes the color. Might put just a little bit more. They can be a light green, I don't care, but I know once I get my cake mix in there, it's going to dilute that color down a little bit. This is something fun, you know, if you make for the kids for St. Patty's Day or for Easter, either one. Like I said, you can make all different color cookies for Easter. I know I'm getting a little bit of a jump on the gun, you know, as far as making St. Patty's Day cookies, because this isn't March yet, but hey, March is right around the corner here. Now, I've got just a plain old white cake mix that I'm going to add. I should have kept the knife, I guess. Now, I'm not adding it all at one time. We're going to add just a little bit at a time. And you noticed I'm not using a mixer. I mean, you can, but then you'd have to add a third of your mix at the end, not using it. So I don't use it at all. See me mixing it up. Can add about a third of the cake mix at a time. I don't usually use a bunch of cake mixes or cookie mixes or stuff like that. But I thought this was a really neat cookie that you can make with a cake mix. Just a cheap dollar box of cake mix you can even pick up at the Dollar Tree. Even at Walmart, they're not but about $1.50 or something like that for a box of cake mix. Put the rest of it in there. And you ought to know this is a Betty Crocker cake mix. Right there's a Betty Crocker cake mix that I was using. That I am using. Now this last one is the hardest because it's the driest. But you got to keep working it in that butter. Until it's all combined. And this little dough thing, I forgot what the name of it is. But it works great for this. It works great to mix bread batter, or not bread batter, but bread dough and something like this. I'm getting it all caked up on there. I got to get some of it off. I need to mix it up in the rest of it. And it literally comes away from the bowl just like dough. Your bread dough will. Just trying to get all of the dough off of here. Now, if you want to leave your cookies white, you don't have to put food color. I just thought it would be a fun kit thing to do if you have kids. Or if you've got a St. Patty's Day function coming up and you want to make some special cookies or something for St. Patty's Day. You know, some kind of a function. Just add a little bit of green food coloring. Now I'm just going to try to cover these or this with some, and I'm just going to stick it right down in there. It's about the only way I can cover it like this. And I'm going to put it in my refrigerator and I'm going to let it chill for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, we're coming back and I'll show you what else to do. Okay, folks, it's been 30 minutes, so I'm getting my cookie dough out of the refrigerator. It's got a little bit hard because you know you got cream cheese and you got butter in there. I'm going to lightly spray my cookie sheets. And I'm just taking ordinary teaspoons. And I'm just barely going to put like that much on a teaspoon to each cookie. I think it's always fun to do stuff like this, especially if you got kids. Or like I said, if you like to bake and you got functions that you take cookies or cakes or anything to, you know, this is a good thing to do. And it makes quite a few cookies. Trying to keep them together, like so when they melt they'll be, you know, a perfect circle. They won't go all crazy different ways. So I got that one. I think you can see what I'm doing up there. I'm barely putting like a teaspoon of this dough to each cookie. Trick is getting it to turn loose of the spoon. It wants to stick. It never fails, y'all. The phone always will ring. It's like they know I'm doing a video. honey, the message when it started, it says a simple message from a human. That was not a human. That was a machine calling me. Can you believe that? I mean, they don't even use telemarketers anymore. They went to using recordings to call people. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've preheated my oven to 375. And I'm simply going to put these in on the top shelf. Well, my top shelf. It's a couple of notches down from the top. And we're going to cook them for about 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how hot your oven gets at 375. But mine is at 375. I'm going to check them about 8 minutes, and then we'll see what happens with them. In the meantime, I'm going to fry some more cookie sheets. Pizza pans. I usually have all those out. I don't know what I did with some of my cookie sheets. Maybe I loaned them out. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and get this pan started while those are cooking. But I've heard of everything now. A call from a human. Go figure that. Like, you're really going to believe that that was a human calling you? Yeah, the hardest problem I'm having is to get 1 teaspoon out of here, so it doesn't stick to the spoon. I'm watching the clock too. And yeah, my pans are old. You can tell they've been well used to make pizza and everything else in. It makes a little cookie, but they're almost like eating a, well, they're not mini, but with the cream cheese in them. I guess they come out almost like eating a peppermint patty, only it's not peppermint, it's cream cheese. Oops, I don't want too much in there. But that dough sticks to your spoon. There. But they're going to be really good, I think. And I need to find something to cool them on. because you leave them on the tray to cool for a little bit. I need another pan so I can... Well, if I had everything together, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. But this will speed it up because while one set of pans are cooking, I can be taking the other ones out. It's sticking to my spoon, y'all. Never can find stuff when I want it. But supposed to let them cool on the I mean, see, they don't spread out across your they don't spread out across your the bottom of them are a little bit brown. And they've only, what, been in there probably almost 10 minutes. The bottom are brown. Almost let them get too brown. I'm going to let that one cool off. And I think I'm going to raise my rack a little bit. Put it on the second tier from the top. Now, leave those others in there. I got to watch the clock because I don't want to leave them in there too long. See, they don't melt down. They don't make real big cookies. And I gotta try one. Y'all eat one of my cookies. There you go. Little green cookie. Mmm. They're really chewy. Turn mine down to about 350, I think. 375 was a little bit hot. They stick to my fork, my spoon, y'all. interesting to see how much this makes. It said it makes like 6 to 8 dozen. I don't think I've got 6 dozen here. Making sure my camera was still on. I've had it turned off with me before. They remind me of little coconut macaroons is what they remind me of. Because they don't get real big. Can move them all over on one plate so I can take some of these other ones out. They're just little party cookies. Or tea cookies. They pretty much keep the shape that you put them in the pan as. These are pretty well cooled, so I can go ahead and stack them up a little bit. I don't want to put it up there and get too hot. And they've been in there probably just about long enough. And they smell so good. Let me check one of them. Put my other batch in. And they stay in there for about 8 to 10 minutes. I think these have been in there about 8. And like I said, the bottom will get a little brown. And like I said, they do cool off pretty quick. But how much fun is that? They cook so quick. It's so easy to make them. The longest time it takes is to put them in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and let them freeze. Not freeze, but set for about 30 minutes. But that's a cute little cookie right there. Just barely brown on the bottom. Mmm. You can taste the cream cheese in there. Get one of these over here that's been cooled a little bit. See how it is on the bottom? It's barely brown. Whew. Still a little hot. Put them back over here on this cold plate. That one's a little bit warm from the first cookies I put there. Yeah, I think that's a fun little cookie to make. I have some Lipton tea, y'all, with citrus. But aren't those cute? Look at that. I think that's so cute. They almost look like green grass or something. So it'd work great for would work great for Easter. Keeping my eye on those. I think my oven got a little bit hotter than 375. Look at the inside of that cookie. Take the cool ones off and put them on that. I got a few more minutes and then we'll take the last of them out, but this is making quite a few little cookies. And I bet they would even be good to put in a little bit of chopped pecans or anything in them. I'm watching the clock, y'all. I don't want to leave them in there so long they burn. But yeah, how fun is that? And like I said, you didn't have to put food coloring in them. You could have left them white. They'd have been fine. But I just thought it as an added little treat for St. Patty's Day. You could fix green ones. And for Easter, you know, you could mix it up. You could do green ones, yellow ones, pink, blue, purple, yellow, you name it. All kind of different colors. And the way they're shaped, they'd be great for Easter, I think. I think they would do real well for Easter. That bunch is still hot right there. The plate is hot. Just a couple more minutes and I mean, there's so many different varieties of cookies that you can do. And you can take a recipe and change it and make it your own recipe. I mean, I call these my St. Patty's Day cream cheese cookies. Quick, easy, simple. Anybody can make them. And like I said, you can add things to them. You could add coconut. You could add chopped nuts. I would chop my nuts really fine to put in there. I wouldn't leave great big hunks, but I mean, you could. Okay. A little bit longer. Couple more minutes and they'll be ready to pull out of there. Y'all, I gotta grab me another one. But see, these didn't quite get as brown as the first ones. I almost left the first ones in there too long. Because it's been a while since I've cooked any of these. It's almost like eating a bite full of cake. That's so good, y'all. Now these have been in there a good 9 minutes. Just a little bit soft to the touch. And I think I made these a little bit bigger than I did the first ones. Don't want that. And you can just leave them for a second, you know. And, you know, you noticed I didn't spray my pan the second time because there was still enough of that butter shortening from the first spray that I didn't have to spray it again. Can you see that? I mean, they come right off the pan. But they are hot, so you got to be careful. I needed to fill my cookie jar up. I was out of cookies, so... I think those have cooled enough we can put them together. But these things are so quick and easy. You might want to cook them more often than just for a special occasion, you know. You might want to keep your cookie jar full. I'm just kind of staggering these on top because they're still just slightly warm. But if you stagger them on top, the air gets underneath the bottom of them and it helps them cool. So there you go. There's my St. Patty's Day cream cheese cookies. Quick, easy, simple, and cheap. Like I said, you can pick up a $1 box of cake mix at the Dollar Tree or even at Walmart a lot of times. You can pick up Value Plus's cream cheese You just need one box, the 8 ounces, 1 egg, a quarter stick of butter, and go for it. And you got St. Patty's Day cream cheese cookies, and they're green. Yeah, you do need the food coloring if you're going to change the color. So with that, I want to wish y'all a good day. I'm going to enjoy my cookies. Y'all enjoy your day. And see y'all on my next one. Bye now.